Hey everyone, welcome to another hunt video. Today we're going to be fighting Fatalis, so let's get on with this. And here he is, Fatalis. So, as you can see, Fatalis is the generic dragon of Monster Hunter. Now, Fatalis is technically an elder dragon, but his classification is actually a black dragon, which is basically an incredibly strong elder dragon type thing. It's its own classification, but they're still technically elder dragons. Now, with Fatalis in Freemium Night, he's honestly relatively easy. He's not, I mean, like, you might have issues if you haven't fought him before, but his moveset's pretty straightforward. And in this area, you have a lot of things to your disposal. You've got Blister, you've got cannons. This gate here can fall down and crush him. And then you also have a Dragonator over the other side, which there is two zones to this map, which is this area and that area. And the way to make him change zone is he'll either just change zone randomly, or you can go over to the other area and then he'll change, because there's only a Dragonator in the other area. Now, so Fatalis is one of those monsters that you don't just have, like you can't just, it doesn't just appear as a quest. So there's a Hunt Rank 6 one and a Hunt Rank 9 one. Now, this is only the high rank one, Hunt Rank 6 right now, just because I didn't feel like doing a G rank one for this video. But for the high rank one, all you've got to do is one of all of the normal, like the standard training. I can't remember which specific thing it is, but you just got to do one of each weapon in that training. And then to unlock the G rank one, you've got to do one weapon in all the G rank training. So, like, you know how there's, you know, the Blangonga and all of that. You just have to do one per monster. So I think there's 8 quests if I remember right for G rank. So you just have to do 8 quests and that's it. You don't have to do each weapon for each one. Now, Fatalis can be a bit of an annoying monster to hit because his hit zones aren't the best for what you can hit. Also, watch out for that move. I need to mention that move is a one-hit kill if you get hit. And his hitbox is pretty big on that. Even his tail, you'll be killed immediately. When he flies up like this, you can tell what he's going to do from his mouth. See how his mouth is open as he's coming down? That means he's going to land, and you can position yourself just about here, and then you can get a few head hits. You can also bring bombs to, you know, blow his head up if you want to. But when he's flying up, his mouth, when he starts to come down, will tell you what he's going to do. So we have a look now. Let's see what he's going to do. So yeah, so he's coming down again. See how his mouth and his head is moving differently? I'll show you an example of the other movement once we get it. Oh, there we go. Broke a part of his head. He does have multiple head breaks. And you can also break his chest, it like scars it, and then that will be a good indicator for when you repel it, because just like any other Elder Dragon, you're probably not going to kill him in one go, unless you're really good. In this game, you just need to do a certain amount of damage to it to then repel it once it hits the 25-minute timer, and then once that happens, you can fight it again. So you just go back, you prepare, you post the quest up again, and it will be the repelled version. And you can do that multiple times. It's just like a normal Elder Dragon in that sense, and it's actually pretty good with this Fatalis, because each time, you can use the Dragonator, you can use the gate, all of that. Also, as expected, Fatalis scored incredibly high on the 20th anniversary Hunter ranking. He came number 8th, which honestly makes sense, obviously because he was in Iceborne, but also because he's like one of those staple black dragon monsters in Monster Hunter. And similar to most other Elder Dragons, but a little more so, you probably want to bring Dragon. I would say especially for Fatalis, as he's very weak against Dragon. Obviously you can also bring Roar and all that sort of stuff, but honestly, Dragon is probably the most useful. And he usually does 3, sometimes he only does 1. Okay, so he's just doing 1 that time, and see how he's moving again. That means he's going to be coming right down to the ground. There is another one where he will follow you as he comes down. I've missed every attack. And I call that Pet Fatalis. I'll have to show you that once it happens, but he hasn't done it just yet. And Fatalis does have multiple similar versions. I'll obviously be doing videos on them. In this game, he's got Crimson Fatalis and White Fatalis, or Old Fatalis, depending on how you want to say it. And then also in the 3rd generation, technically he's like sort of related to Diamorales. I've never actually fought that monster, but that will be happening soon because I'm playing for the Ultimate, but yeah. Normal Fatalis is the easiest of the bunch though, I will say that. He's really not that bad, especially because he doesn't have like any crazy moves. Like the worst move he has is the one-hit kill move where he crawls across the ground. That's the most annoying move. Other than that, his moveset's pretty easy to avoid. It's honestly a very, very basic moveset. Oh, okay, and he's changing zone now. See how he's starting to fly up? That means he'll be going over to this area. I'm going to attempt to use the Dragonator. I also somehow forgot to mention what games he's been in. So he's been in his first game, because he's a first generation monster. His first game was Monster Hunter 1. He's then been in Freedom 2, Freedom Unite, 4 for Ultimate, Generations Ultimate, and then lastly he was in Iceborne, which was his completely different version. Like, it was very different to every other version. Now, as you can see, when you want him to come over to the Dragonator, it can be a bit annoying, especially if you have a cat with you, because see how he's just constantly going for the cat? One of the things he does while you're waiting for the Dragonator is he will often fly up and just shoot fireballs, and he will get a bit closer each time. But when he gets really close, you're going to have to Superman each fireball. And this is what I was talking about with Pet Fatalis. See, he's flying over to me instead of coming down. Now, he'll come over to me and he should do a fireball. He usually does one. Okay, no, he's coming straight down afterwards. So sometimes he comes straight down, sometimes he does a fireball. Anyway, let's use this Dragonator now. I'm just going to wait a second. There we go. Let's use it now. There we go. One thing you have to keep in mind with this Dragonator is you have this camera angle for way too long. It's like a good 10-15 seconds. It's incredibly long and incredibly annoying. You gotta wait for so long. There we go. Now, a little bit of lore behind Fatalis is that he is, like, technically the most powerful thing in the Monster Hunter universe. Now, obviously there is Crimson Fatalis and there is White Fatalis, I know. But I'm pretty sure in the lore they're technically all the same thing. They're just, like, you know, older, different versions, etc. But in the lore, which was shown a little bit in Iceborne, is that Fatalis destroyed the whole, like, Shrade area. So pretty much, like, in the lore of this, Fatalis is basically a god. That's, like, kind of the best way to explain it. He's considered a god, like, one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful monster in existence, basically. So that's why, like, you know, his theme is so crazy, especially in Iceborne. His theme was amazing. And speaking of Iceborne, if you're watching this video and you've only fought him in Iceborne, you would have already noticed, but keep in mind he is incredibly easy in this game. If you're comparing Fatalis in Freedom Unite to Iceborne, if you fight him in, you know, in this game, you're going to have no issues at all. Assuming you don't have issues with the jank hitboxes, that is. I mean, I did used to have issues with Fatalis back in this game, but then I found out how to kill him and it was really easy. Because, like, his moveset, as I've said, is very basic. He doesn't have any big super moves that not really any monsters in this game do, like the, you know, compared to the modern games at least. His hit zones aren't too terrible. They're not the best, but they're not too terrible. Like, it's really, you're not going to have that many issues. You got a Dragonator or everything. So if you've only fought him in Iceborne and you're coming to fight him here, honestly, get ready for it to be relatively easy. Now, obviously, he does do big damage, and you do still want to bring stuff. Like, I do still have Ancient Potion and Max Potions in case I die, and Well Done Steak and all that. I will say, like, always bring that. I pretty much bring that with every Elder Dragon. There we go. Go to Pet Fatalis. I bring that with every Elder Dragon I fight. I always have it, just because, you know, they're stronger. They're gonna potentially kill you, so you got to be more prepared. Looks like he's changing zone again. So this might definitely be one of those fights that I would actually probably recommend not bringing your cat along with you. Now, you know me, I always bring my cats with me, but honestly, it's probably more of a hindrance than not, especially because when Fatalis turns around, he whips his tail. And so, you know, if you don't have the best defense or the best gear and you're already taking a lot of damage, I wouldn't recommend bringing your Palico, because that tail whip does a good amount of damage, and he does it a lot, because, like, you know, when he'll face the cat instead of you and all that, it's quite annoying. Now I'm going to see if I can try and get him caught under this gate so I can show you guys. Also, I do believe the Dragonator regenerates, because I did use it a couple times in a recent quest when I was fighting it recently. I'm not sure about the gate though. That's the only thing. I'm not too certain on that. The gate is a perfect opportunity to hit his head, okay? Oh, so close. Because when he goes in the gate, his head is, like, available for you to hit. Here we go, look at this, see? He gets crushed by the gate. I don't know how much damage that does, but it's probably big. And then you can hit his head, even though I missed majority of the attacks. But, you know, if you're a better player than me, you get a good opportunity to hit his head. If you're a bit like me, then you might miss a bunch. You can also, of course, use all the cannons and all that. Honestly, I just don't use them because I prefer just to hit him. I find that I can do more damage if I just hit him than the cannons, or at least I think so. Basically, I don't have issues with him, so I don't mind too much. But if you do need to get some extra damage in, the cannons would be good, because if they're anything like barrel bombs, which I'm not too sure, but if they are, it would pierce through armor. So you know, it would do, like, guaranteed amount of damage, basically. Because with Fatalis, he can be a bit hard to hit at times, not always, but, you know, depending on your sharpness and depending if you have ESP, you might not be able to hit them the easiest, and I went into that. I will just quickly mention this now. I'll obviously mention them in their episodes, but just to let you know, once you have completed Fatalis, you will unlock Crimson, and then once you've completed Crimson, you will unlock White, but there is a stipulation. Just repelling it won't unlock them. To actually unlock the next one, you have to fully hunt it. So if you've repelled it once, go and fight it again and repel it until you eventually kill it. Because as I said, it's just like any Elder Dragon. They have a minimum threshold of health you have to do to actually repel them, and then you can kill them, you know, on the next quest or the quest after. Okay, so we've done 3 head breaks already. Here's a lot of head breaks. But yeah, so you have to actually fully kill him if you're looking to get Crimson, and then if you're looking to get White, you have to fully kill Crimson, etc. And one really good thing about this area is you do actually have a bed, so if you're needing to heal up, you can sleep on the bed here. So it doesn't matter heaps if you run out of your items, because you can still come here and sleep, and you do get a bunch of items as well. You get supply large barrel bombs, life powders, bounce bombs, ballistas, and all the standard stuff as well. Okay, we've got about 45 seconds until he's supposed to be repelled. Hopefully we've done enough damage. Oh, and see, look, see how his mouth isn't open and his head isn't moving? That means he's going to follow me. That's what I was talking about before, so you can draw him over to where you want. I've always called it Pet Fatalis. And then you get close to him, and then he'll come down afterwards. His moves are pretty telegraphed, as I was saying. Like as I was saying, with how his moves are quite simple, they're very telegraphed. You can usually tell what he's going to be doing pretty easily. See, now he'll be coming down, and this will probably be one of our last hits because we've got about 10 seconds. Okay, and he's about to be repelled, hopefully. Yep, there we go, repelled. So yeah, as you can see, it's honestly pretty easy. Definitely bring a high dragon weapon though. The more dragon you have, the easier time you're going to have, pretty much. When I played this back on PSP, I used a dragon Sword and Shield, and the Sword and Shield had like 500 plus dragon, and it was only like 300 damage, I think. It was something really low. I can't remember exactly what it was. It might have been more, I can't remember for sure. But basically, my Sword and Shield had heaps of dragon, and that was the only thing I was actually able to kill him with back on the PSP. Because I didn't have the opportunity to have this sword, because I didn't have the items to unlock it. And if you're looking to get a Fatalis Eye, break his head as much as possible, because as you can see, I just got one from breaking his head. And there we go, guys. So that's going to be the end of this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you'd like to join the channel as a member, you can. I'll show up on screen now the members we have. Thank you all very much. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next hunt video. We'll be fighting Crimson Fatalis. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.